PowerPoint ko. Okay. So yun, introduction na tayo sa ME Laboratory 1. So una, so simple lang to. Measurement system. So measurement systems are commonly employed to determine both physical and electrical properties such as mass, temperature, pressure, capacitance, and voltage. So these systems are frequently integrated into control system to monitor and regulate processes. Or ito yung nagsiset up ng or yung devices natin used to quantify physical or electrical properties. So for example, yung sensor natin, 'di ba? Or yung mga transducer. So yun ay nagde-detect ng changes. Or yung mga data acquisition system. So yun naman yung nag-store ng data. Controllers or processor, yun naman yung nag-analyze and nagre-respond sa mga data natin. So they are essential in engineering, manufacturing, healthcare, and environmental monitoring. Lalo na sa engineering field. Okay? So next is, yan. For example, property daw ay mass. So ang example application, weighing raw materials in a factory. Pag temperature, ito na yung mga thermocouple, RTDs, infrared sensor. Ito yung nag-monitor naman ng engine temperature in vehicles. Pressure, yung mga transducer natin or manometer. So, regulating pressure in a gas pipeline. And capacitance, yun yung mga sensor din for detecting fluid levels in tank. So, voltage, so ito yung mga voltmeter. So, monitoring battery voltage in solar systems. Next, yan. So, mabilis lang to. Wala pa ata itong 30 minutes. So, calibration. So, adjusting instrument to match a known standard. So, meaning, pag sinabing calibration, it is the process of adjusting an instrument to ensure its readings aligned with a known standard or reference. Okay, meron tayong standard or reference na sinusunod. Di ba? May mga ISO tayo. So, bakit nga ba kailangan calibrated? So, over time, yung mga instruments natin can drift due to wear, environmental condition, or usage. So, calibration restores their accuracy. Okay? So, una, yun nga, sa accuracy. So, calibration ensures that instruments provide measurements that are close to the true values as possible, reducing yung error natin sa mga data. Next is compliance. So, pag sinabing compliance, ito na yung standard o yung mga, kung alam niyo yung ISO. So, many industries require calibrated equipment to meet regulatory standards and quality assurance protocol. Next is, syempre, kung hindi calibrated ng instrument, so, hindi safe, diba? Safety rin. So, accurate measurements are vital in safety critical systems. So, such as yung mga pressure sensors natin in industrial plants or yung mga temperature monitors in medical devices. And kung calibrated yung instrument natin, magiging cost effective na siya. Regular calibration can prevent costly downtime or yung ating or yung mga damage caused by faulty measurement. Meaning tataas yung ating production time. Kasi marireduce yung downtime eh. Diba? And for example, yan. Setting a scale to read 0 kilogram when empty. Okay? Siyempre, gagawin natin is walang nakalagay. Halimbawa, sa weighing scale natin, sa scale, walang nakalagay. Ngayon, nag-read ng 10 kilogram. Calibrated ba yun? So, hindi. Kasi, dapat 0. Kasi, wala naman nakalagay. So, another example for calibration is yung mga thermometer natin. So, sa thermometer natin, sa lab daw, dapat 25 degrees Celsius yung temperature. Okay? Pero ngayon, na nakita niya, nag-read siya ng 24.5 degrees Celsius. So, meaning, hindi siya calibrated. So, ang gagawin natin i-adjust natin yung value para mag-match dun sa ating standard o yung sa reference value natin na 25 degrees Celsius. So, sa real world practice natin, halimbawa nasa manufacturing or nasa isang company na kayo, yung initial calibration, ang tinatawag is initial calibration, ito yung done by the manufacturer before delivery. Okay? So, kumbaga, ito'y bago i-deliver sa inyo, kailangan na-calibrate muna ni manufacturer yung equipment or machineries na in-order nyo. Next, ngayon, pagka-deliver, dina-deliver na sa inyo. Ang gagawin nyo, i-recalibrate nyo. Titingnan nyo yung data nung initial calibration dun sa kinalibrate nyo ngayon. If tama ba? If parehas ba? Okay, so pag parehas, pwede nyo nang tanggapin. If hindi, pwede nyo ibalik sa manufacturer. So, bakit, for example, mali yung calibration natin? So, syempre, it can lead to several serious consequences. First yun nga, inaccurate measurement. So, safety hazard, regulatory non-compliance, and increased cost. Next is measurand. So, measurand is the quantity being measured. So, ito yung mga temperature, pressure, or voltage. Or, for example, halimbawa, pag sinabing measurand, pressure sensor, yung measurand natin is pressure. Okay? Sa weighing scale, ano yung measurand natin? Mass. Again, si measurand is the specific quantity being measured. Or always identify the measurand before selecting or calibrating an instrument. Next is tolerance. So, pag sinabing tolerance, ito yung acceptable range of deviation or it is the maximum allowable deviation from a specified value. Yan. Example natin yung regulator natin. So, it is designed to output a 5 volts. So, ang ating tolerance is positive, negative 0.1 volt. So, meaning, yung output natin can range from 4.9 volts or 5.1 volts. And acceptable pa rin yun. Kasi may binigay kang tolerance na positive, negative 0.1 volts. So, yung 4.9 volts, acceptable pa siya. And yung 5.1 volts, acceptable pa rin siya. Next. So, meaning pag 5.2 na yan, tumaas. So, hindi na siya positive, negative 0.1. Wala na sa range, no? So, siya ay unacceptable na. Next is the accuracy. So, accuracy is the closeness to true value or it refers to how close a measurement is to the true value. So, ang example nito is yung ating sensor ulit. Okay? It reads 98 PSI when the actual pressure is 100 PSI. So, yung accuracy niya is off by 2 PSI. So, if the gauge consistently reads low, so it may have a systematic error and needs calibration. So, again, sa ISO perspective natin, ISO. Okay? So, accuracy includes both systematic error or ito yung consistent bias and random errors. Ito yung mga fluctuation due to noise or instability. Okay? Next. So, yan, precision. So, pag sinabi daw precision, it is the description of random errors in a measure of statistical variability, or it refers to the closeness of two or more measurements to each other. And it also describes an instrument's degree of freedom from random errors. Or pag sinabing precision, it refers to how close, okay, how close multiple measurements are to each other. Regardless of whether they are close to the true value, it reflects random errors and statistical variability. So, example dito, sa if precise ba yung inyong measurement, is halimbawa yung pressure sensor. Yung pressure sensor natin, may mga reading tayo na 98.1, 98.2, 98.3, so 97.9 for the same input. Okay? So, di ba parang positive, negative, 0.1 lang yung difference nila sa isa't isa. So, precise yun. Kasi, the values are very close to each other, indicating meron tayong high precision. Kasi magkakadikit, di ba? If the true pressure is 100 PSI, so ibig sabihin ang standard pressure natin is 100 PSI, nakuha natin 98.1, 98.2, 98.3, 98.4, 100 PSI ang kailangan natin or yung true pressure natin. Meaning, yung sensor na yun is precise but not accurate. Okay? Precise siya kasi magkakadikit yung values na nakuha natin pero hindi siya accurate kasi 100 PSI ang kailangan natin. So, yun yung tinatawag na precision. Pag magkakalapit yung inyong values sa isa't isa. Next is repeatability. So it describes the closeness of output readings when the same input is applied repetitively over a short period of time. So with the same measurement conditions, same instrument and observer, same location, same condition of use maintained throughout. So makikita nyo same lahat. Okay, ang daming word na same measurement, same ano. So, repeatability, yun nga yung ability ng ating instrument to produce consistent, okay? Consistent results under identical or yung ating same conditions over a short period of time. So, for example, dito sa repeatability, kasi dapat nga consistent yung result natin and dapat same. Halimbawa yan, same location, same condition, basta yung identical yung conditions natin. So, for example, yung digital scale natin measures a 5 kilogram. Okay, yung digital scales measures a 5 kilogram. So, 5 times in a row and gives, for example, ang ginawa natin is, ang nakuha natin is 5.01, 5, 5.01 ulit, 5, tapos biglang 5.01 ulit. Kumbaga, mineasure natin, ang nakuha nating values ay 5, 5.01, then 5 ulit, then 5.01 ulit, and 5 ulit. So, same operator, same location, same condition over a short period of time. So, this shows a good repeatability. Kasi, magkakalapit and pare-parehas din. Okay? Gamit yung parehas na operator, instrument, and mga conditions natin. Next is reproducibility. So it describes the closeness of output readings for the same input when there are changes in the method. So for example, or yung ating reproducibility, in other words, is the ability to get consistent results when conditions change. Such as, halimbawa, biglang nag-iba yung operator natin, biglang ibang instrument ang ginamit natin, or nag-iba yung location natin. Okay? So, katulad nun, yung temperature sensor. Yung temperature sensor natin, tinest natin sa dalawang magkaibang laboratory. Si Laboratory 1 and sa Laboratory 2. And yung Lab 1 and Lab 2, magkaiba din yung kanilang laboratory technician. Meron tayong Technician 1 and Technician 2. Si Lab A, ang na-measure niya is 25 degrees Celsius and si Lab B, parehas 25 degrees Celsius. So ngayon, ang ibig sabihin, meron tayong high reproducibility kasi magkaiba yung lab natin, magkaiba yung location natin kasi may Lab 1 and Lab 2 tayo, and magkaiba yung ginamit nating operator or yung si Technician 1 and si Technician 2. Okay. Next. So yan, errors in measurements. So first daw, instrument not properly calibrated leading to offset errors. So halimbawa, ang instrument natin is hindi naka-zero. Pag walang, kumbaga pag walang For example, yung weighing scale natin, pag wala tayong nilagay na object, hindi naka-0, naka 5 kilograms. So, hindi siya calibrated. Diba? Next is random noise affecting the reading. So, dito naman, yun yung mga fluctuations due to electrical interference or instability. Next is taking measurements before the system stabilize. So, bigla ka na lang kukuha or lalagay mo yung value. 'Di ba? Eh, ngayon, hindi pa nag-stabilize, hindi pa tumitigil yung, ano ba, katulad nun sa dead weight tester. So, kung nakahawak na kayo ng dead weight tester, so kailangan stable muna yung liquid. Okay? Bago nyo kunin yung value na nare-read ng pressure gauge natin. So, kailangan stabilize muna yung system bago kayo kumuha ng measurement. And lastly, yan, ito na yung human error. Errors in recording or calculating the measured values. Human error na to. So, nagkaroon ng mistake sa recording or calculating or misreading. Halimbawa, misreading a dial gauge, iba yung basa mo. Yung isang grupo, iba din yung basa. Okay? Or entering wrong value in CMMS. Okay? Or mali yung ginamit mong formula para ma-calculate. So, yun yung mga ilan sa errors in measurements natin. Next is, yan. So, meron tayong dalawang klase ng measurement units, which is, yun nga, imperial or yung ating English system and yung ating metric system. So, ano ba yung difference ng dalawa? Yan. So, pag sinabing SI, unit, so, di ba, naka-meters yan, naka-centimeters, naka-kilogram, naka-gram, Celsius, Kelvin. So, it is mainly used sa mga US. Okay? So, si English unit naman, so medyo mahirap to kasi hindi tayo sanay dito sa mga inch, yard, pounds, Fahrenheit, di ba? So, ito naman is, pero siya yung, kumaga, si English unit, ito yung less standardized na or varies by region. Though yung SI unit natin are more consistent and easier to work with. So, lalo na sa mga scientific and engineering context. While sa English unit naman, so, yan, medyo complex lang yung conversion niya. Okay? Medyo mahirap talagang saulin si English unit. Okay? So, yun. Yun na yung chapter number 1. So, any questions, clarifications, or not, sorry, chapter 1, Introduction to ME-Lab. Any questions ba? Clarifications? Okay, so sobrang basic, no? Kasi about pressure lang, temperature, SI, then English, yan. So again, sige, wait lang, 3105. Yan. Okay, yan. So, nung pa-flash ko ulit yung schedule nyo para ma-screenshot nyo kasi baka medyo malabo kahapon. So, yan. For face-to-face again, pag nag-face-to-face tayo, conversion unit. So, magbibigay pa ako ng copy sa inyo ng conversion unit or photocopy. So, yun is kasama na naman sa nabayaran nyo. Okay. Then, by September, kailangan natapos na natin lahat ng topics natin para maibigay ko na yung remaining time sa inyo. Pero, yun nga lang, mag-upload lang ako or mag-upload lang ako ng assignment nyo, lab reports, experiment, and etc. Okay, then ito nga pala yung for group 1 and 2, chapter 2. So yung group 3, tatlong chapter kasi maikli lang yung chapter 3, 4, 5. Okay? Then group 4, 6, 7, 7, group 5, 8, 9, group 6, 10, and group 7, 11, 12. So, kaya ginawa kong September tapos na para hindi na ako makisabay sa iba niyong major subjects. Okay? Then next, wait lang ha. So, ayan. Kita nyo ba yung ano, yung screen ko, yung nasa final project? Okay. So, dito sa final project, now, yan. So, yung project title natin is to design and develop of a multifunctional measuring instrument. Okay? So, dito, so by group ulit to. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, Group 4, Group 5, 6, and 7. So, makikita nyo dito, nandito na naman yung objective, report, then yan nga, meron tayong SolidWorks, AutoCAD, then yan, functionality. So, yan, the instruments should measure at least two physical parameters. So, dalawang parameters ang kailangan. So, meaning, halimbawa, yung final project nyo nga is to design a multifunctional measuring instrument. For example, pag group 1 ikaw, di ba? Group 1 ka, chapter 1 ka. Ano ba ang chapter 1? About pressure measurement. Okay? So, you will come up with a multifunctional instrument where one of the parameter is pressure. Diba? Pressure. Kasi nga, group 1 ka, pressure. And ngayon, mamimili ka na lang kung ano yung idadagdag mo. It's either temperature, displacement, or bahala ka kung anong gusto mong isama sa instrument na nai-imagine mo na ang kasama ay pressure. Okay? So, ito lang yung gagawin. Then, nandito na naman yung ating report guideline. So, isa-send ko to or i-upload ko to sa Google Classroom natin. Okay, any questions or clarifications? May questions ba? So, kung wala na, ibibigay ko yung remaining time sa inyo, lalo sa group 1 and 2 kasi next week, so mag-start na tayo ng reporting para matapos na agad natin yung ating topics for, yung buong topics natin. Okay? So, thank you everyone.
Sige, ma'am.
Sige po,
Sige
ma'am.
po.